Greetings, learners. Congratulations on making it halfway through the class. That is bananas. I'm so excited for you. Thank you all for your patience last week. I totally got my dates mixed up. I think I have them all set for this week, but again, I'm really grateful that everything like a historian. So we're going to be looking at instructional strategies that are very specific to teaching history. So this is your first assignment, the weekly video overview. We do have a reading and discussion, then a learning like a historian activity, and then some Socratic seminars on Edpuzzle to watch, and then a unit outline. All right, so reading the book and then reply and then comment on those replies. So here we are in week 5 in Brightspace, and if you look at the checklist, you've got the reading and discussion here. We're reading all of chapter 9 and then part of chapter 2. So it's a little bit longer. Remember we talked about with time spent on class, right? And so I'm really looking for very specific answers this week that demonstrate that you read the book. I've read the book a couple times. So I'm really looking for things that the book says about these 3 questions to be giving full. Is learning like a historian. There are a number of materials that I have left you, and you're just gonna look at a couple of them and then pick your favorite resource and put that in the text submission. So here's the learning like a historian. And so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different resources. You can review 2 to 3 of them and then pick your favorite one. And then just in this box, you're just going to answer. No Padlet, no crazy thing, just right here, 3 to 5 sentence minimum. A minimum is not full credit, obviously. So if you want full credit, you're going to write a little bit more than that. Again, showing that you did look at the resources in Socratic seminar. These are on Edpuzzle, and it's really important in an education class to see instructional strategies played out in real classrooms. It's the book is great and other resources are great, but unless you see something happening with actual children, it's not as easy to understand. And so this playlist is going to be Socratic seminars at different grade levels. Socratic seminars are very engaging. They're very meaningful. Students remember what they've read. They remember the discussions. And so I highly encourage you to try this strategy when you are in the classroom. The link to those Edpuzzles is right here. There it is. You're going to click on this link, okay, and then watch the videos. Again, really looking at the age differences in how you can do this. They can work with every kid. Sometimes teachers will be like, well, those wouldn't work with my students. No, these strategies can work with every classroom. You might have to tweak them to meet where your students are, but they can work with every student. And then the final assignment is a little longer. This is a unit outline. So we kind of went big picture. We did this big full year-long plan, and then we looked at textbooks and we compared them. Now we're going to do a unit. A unit is usually 10 to 20 lessons or 3 to 4 weeks. So for example, right now in my CTE education class, my students are on a 4-week unit about human development from ages 0 to 5. This week, we are learning about babies 0 to 1. And then next week, we're learning about toddlers 2 to 3. And so a unit takes multiple weeks, multiple days. And so you're doing a medium-sized picture. You're not writing lessons for every day, but a medium-sized picture of what you would do over the course of a unit. And this is the information on the unit outline. There are 2 examples. There are 15 things. Again, remembering the hours that we talked about for classes. This one is a Google Doc and it's just a list. Okay, that's it. Oh my goodness, this would be so easy to pop into ChatGPT or Gemini, but I'll be able to tell. And I'll be able to tell because ChatGPT and Gemini AI, they all do these like multiple bullets and these bolded words. And there's just so many like flags that come up. So, and you're selling yourself short. This student did it more like a table, okay? But just so you can see the length. This is what we made by a web, okay? I've also seen this done in a Google slide deck, and that looks really nice too. I just don't have one of those as an example. So that's another way you could do it. This assignment doesn't work as well with a Google Sheet, but a slide deck or a PowerPoint also would work if you're more of a artistic person and that makes more sense to you. All right, that's it for week 5. As with all other assignments, if your unit outline needs revisions, I will absolutely give you a chance to do that. So don't worry about sending me a rough draft. Just turn it in. And then if it needs revisions, I'll give you a chance to revise it and to get full credit still. I hope you have a fantastic pre-Thanksgiving week and that you're all staying dry out in this crazy rain. All right, take care. Bye, guys.